It's day 16 of Maker Advent, and what have we got today? Well, we have a banana for scale, dwarfed by a banana for illumination. Yes, all the way from Primark in the UK is banana for illumination, which will hopefully become a permanent fixture in my life. I quite like this, it's nice. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show you it fully illuminated. Now, this is going to be bright, so I'm going to manually control the exposure so you can see it and it's not too dazzling, but it is bright, so watch your eyes. Drop the exposure down to -7 in OBS, you can see it. So what it is, it's simple LED neon. That's it. It's not really neon, you shouldn't call it neon, but it's, you know, to the general public will go, oh, neon. Just LED that's channeled into these little guides. Let's get it in shot, there you go. Let's do a big live. It's channeled in and held in place with dots of glue, a bit of friction here and there, and it's all connected together around the back with some clear wires you can just see back there. Also, banana for scale. So I'm going to turn this off now, because it draws, believe it or not, 1 amp, which is massive. It's bright, believe me, it's bright. I can light a room with this, so it could be handy for the energy crisis. So yeah, we've got a light up banana. If I just take it out of shot to maneuver it, you can see on the back there's a wiring just here. It all links together. Now I reckon my NeoPixel tape that I've got, the NeoPixel neon, would fit nicely in there, but I want to keep this stock because it is a nice light. It's the orange, yellow and the white looks really nice together. But I don't want it as bright because, you know, I don't want it to light up the entire room. So what can I do? Well, on the other end, it's USB. That's it. So I can plug it into any USB supply. It runs at 5 volts and away we go. But I wanted to make something that would just make it a little bit less bright. So I built a circuit. This circuit is simple. If I can zoom in just a tiny bit. So we've got micro USB. That's power going into this breadboard. We've got USB out, a full size one to connect to the banana. And this is just my USB tester, the power meter. It shows me how much voltage, amps it's pulling, that sort of thing. In the middle is a 10k potentiometer. Now this 10k potentiometer is far too high. I need something like 100 ohm, possibly, maybe 10 really. 10 ohm resistor would do the job. But I wanted to have brightness control, so I'm going to have a look around to see if I can find a lower value potentiometer, because all I've got are 10k. I'm not even joking, I looked in the bits box, they're all 10k. But for a demo, it works. So power goes in this way, it goes through the potentiometer, which will then cause some resistance and drop the voltage. And out of here, it'll chuck out the new voltage, which the banana for illumination will use. So let's give it a go right now. Spoiler, I've tested it already, just to make sure it's fine. It works. Okay, so I'm going to connect up to my bench power supply, which is a Pine power supply. There we go. And I'm going to plug this into here. There we go. So right now, if I just, that's on full power now. We have 5.17 volts at 0 amp. 5.19. Yeah, it's fluctuating a little bit, but that's okay. Right, let's get the banana for illumination. Alright, I'm going to put the banana on its side like this to give me the best chance. Things I did not expect to be saying today. I shall put the banana on its side to give me the best chance. Right, avert your eyes for a moment. Okay, not as bright. We're running at 3.14 volts and 170 milliamps. So let's just turn this down a little bit. Right, let's just change the exposure just a little so you can see the change. But you can't see the screen, so I'll read the screen out to you. So still at 3.17 at 180 milliamps. And I've just turned it down ever so slightly. I mean really slightly, probably a couple of degrees. And it's dropped down to 2.92 volts at 100 milliamps. Now at 90. You can't really see it glowing now on screen. Well, just. That's 2.17 volts at 40 milliamps. And that's pretty much off. For camera it's off, but in real life I can just see something. 2.59 volts, and it's not even registering an amp, any milliamps at all. If I turn it up again, there it is. So as you can see, that 10k potentiometer, it does a good job, but I need to get a lower value so that I can still have a good range of brightness and control. So let's see what we can get from the world. So what can I get? Well, I've had a look on Aliexpress, and obviously nothing's going to get here before Christmas, so it's out of the way for Maker Advent. Amazon, 11 quid, and it gets here tomorrow. There's some variable resistors, so potentiometers. A selection. They aren't the ideal ones that I like. I prefer the ones that have the ones I'm using today, that have a pot on them so you can really control them like a volume control knob. But for a test, it could be viable. There's nothing cheaper unless, you want to wait until March next year or something daft like that. I might give this a go. It's got 100 ohm, it's the lowest value, and it goes all the way up to 500k, so it's a nice selection. I've surely got one somewhere, but I can't find it, so I'll buy this so I can find it. That's how we do it, isn't it? But in the meantime, I had an experiment. You can see now that the banana is lit. And it's at 3.10 volts and 150 milliamps, so it's not as bright. That's using a 10 ohm resistor, just there. So no potentiometer, just a set value. That's a nice glow. I want to see if I can get a lower value than that to make it a little brighter. I want it so it's not like, bright flash neon stinging your eyes. I want it so it's a nice level. Ideally something that I can control. Yeah, the idea about this is, once I've got all the breadboarding done, is to create a circuit board in KiCad or KiCad, get it made, and then I can have variable brightness control for my banana for illumination. Yeah, that's it for today. There's no code, it's just simple, basic electronics. See you later.